welcome back to another episode of the CarterCast. I'm your host, Carter Bond. On today's show, we have the four-man football group. It's me, it's Dylan, it's Grant, it's Connor. You know the drill. We recap the biggest games from the weekend from college football. Wake losing to Carolina, big loss for me. Drake May should be in the Heisman conversation. TCU just keeps winning games. We get into more stuff as well. Preview the biggest games in college football coming in this weekend. TCU Baylor, USC UCLA, Utah Oregon, and then we give our picks, do the parlay. NFL, we preview all the NFL games, give our picks, parlay at the end as well. Phenomenal show. And then don't forget, we have our World Cup preview show coming out tomorrow. You're listening to this on Thursday probably. If you're listening on Friday, it's already out. Make sure to check out our World Cup preview pod with Luke Gray on Friday. We give picks. We go through all the groups. It's a great show. Great insight. You know, you're looking into either betting or just watching the World Cup. It's great insight on Friday. World Cup pod. Make sure to check that out. Check out all the blogs and everything on cartercast.com. Social media. You know the drill. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. All right, we're back. Disastrous weekend in college football for myself. Other people did quite well on this podcast in college football. NFL, we're great on NFL. I think we're the sharpest NFL podcast out there. I'm willing to put that out there right now. I know the parlay didn't hit, but like we've already hit 3. We just need to hit like 2 more, and then we're just killing it this year. Before we get into recapping the weekend and everything, well, kind of a weekend recap. Nice little podcast background for good now. The signed Alec Nugent and Scotty McCreery, Little Caesars Pizza Box, will be on the podcast background forever. Thank you, beautiful. Scotty McCreery. Thank you, Alec, for signing it. It's genuinely beautiful.
Beautiful.
But let's start with the biggest game of the weekend. I know TCU Texas is the biggest game. Wake UNC for this podcast was the biggest game of this weekend. Anytime I just go big in college football against people on this podcast, I get my butt whooped. I get destroyed. I get bent over. I get annihilated. I'm getting tossed, turned, and you name it, I'm getting destroyed. Whenever I go against someone big in this podcast, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I am done like I'm done in Hawaii. I won't touch Hawaii football anymore. I won't.
I didn't like Carolina's spot this past weekend, but they came out there and proved me wrong. I got to say, I was all over A.T. Perry. Perry. That hurt. I really thought that was free money, but once again, Vegas knows. But yeah, go Heels, Carter. I'm sorry. I told you I'd be unbearable. I'm a little under the weather, so I can't be that unbearable right now. But I'm just saying the Heels are 9-1, looking pretty good.
I can't say anything. Carolina's 9-1. Like it's like how the Vikings are 8-1. You're like, how is this possible?
Oh,
but
I'm shocked. I'm legitimately shocked.
Georgia State easily could have beat them. But anyhow, that's besides the point. Drake May's legit. I'll hand up. Carolina's good. I think Carolina deserves a bigger shout at the playoff than people are giving them for.
100% I agree, especially if they beat Clemson in the ACC title game. People are like, oh, there's no shot they get in no matter what. They're just already counting out the ACC, which I think is insane. Dylan, what do you think?
Who's the loss to? Who's the North Carolina loss
Notre
to?
Dame.
Notre Dame.
Okay, that's not bad. I will say this. Drake May should be a Heisman candidate if he had different colors on his jersey. That's 100% a fact. He's better than Stroud, better than Will Anderson, better than, I would even say Corum. He's more valuable to his team. But yeah, North Carolina should most definitely have a spot, or at least a chance if they beat Clemson. Yeah, I mean that if they can beat Clemson 100%, because the football I've seen, they've played pretty well. I do want to add though that let's be real. The first half of that game, that's not real football. What they're doing out there on that field, that's like playing backyard football on the PC, turning the sliders up, throwing the ball to Barry Sanders on the wheel route, and just going to the end zone every time. It's not football.
The over/under bet has reached 6-0.
Yes, it has.
It was money.
And that's a team effort, Carter. That's you and I.
Yeah. I mean, I'm putting up, I'm just like, who am I? I'm like Brock Osweiler on the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Like, I'm there.
Yeah.
I got one in. I got one. There's the overs are 1-0. The unders are 5-0.
If the hot take is if Drake May was on Ohio State jersey, he would be the
don't even get me started.
Like Heisman winner right now. There was a blind resume they put on Twitter. I don't have it up right now, but basically he was over 70% completion rate, amazing touchdown.
Rushing. Stroud doesn't rush the ball.
Amazing touchdown and interception ratio. And on top of that, the most yards out of anybody thrown. So again, like you can argue defenses, whatever you want to argue, but like at the end of the day, the stats, like he is playing at a Heisman caliber level right now.
It's not Drake May's fault the ACC is a little bit weaker this year, or like, you can't change the competition you play against. It's still a Power 5 school. It's almost like people are just like, oh, he plays for Carolina and not Ohio State or, Michigan or Alabama, whoever. So they discrediting him a little bit. The stats, if you're just going by the numbers and who's most valuable, there's a pretty good case to be made.
He has an argument, a big time argument for sure. Him and Hendon Hooker have way better statistics than young Stroud. So again, we go back to it over and over again. Those jerseys really have a massive pull. And obviously what they're saying about TCU right now, which they say like their strength of schedule isn't even that impressive when they have a stronger strength of schedule than Georgia and a lot of these teams in front of them, even Ohio State. So it's very interesting that like just based off of like the team, they're like, they're not playing good teams. Like, well, the strength of schedule seems to differ with what you're saying. So it's interesting. It's interesting how it kind of works out in college football, but there is definitely some biases built in.
Okay, let's create this scenario. Let's try and figure out UNC's path to the playoff.
I love it already.
TCU has to lose, obviously. Yep. I think a one-loss TCU does not get in over Carolina, especially Carolina winning in the ACC championship at Clemson.
Yeah.
So TCU, let's say TCU loses to Baylor this week. They're done, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
USC loses to UCLA. Their 2 losses. Pac-12 is out. Everybody has 2 losses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
USC loses, yes.
You beat the Pac-12. Now this is where it gets tough. They need LSU to lose to Georgia in the SEC championship. LSU's gone. Tennessee is where it kind of gets tough. And then they're going to put in a 1-loss Michigan or Ohio State over Carolina, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes me think. That's what makes me think. Yeah, Carolina, if any other of those schools have 1 loss going up against the Carolina 1-loss team, even if they win the ACC championship, I don't see it happening.
Yep. Well, think about the loss also Tennessee would have, right? In that situation against Georgia, that's it.
Yeah, if Tennessee stays at 1 loss, then they're getting it over Carolina, 100%.
Yeah.
But Georgia and Tennessee make it. The winner of Ohio State, Michigan's going to make it. But does that loser of that game get beat out by Carolina after the ACC championship game?
No.
Even if Carolina wins by like 4 touchdowns against Clemson?
They would have to be very convincing. And then the loser of Michigan, Ohio State would have to get like the brakes beat off of them.
I think if Michigan went into Columbus and just absolutely waxed them, I'm talking 3 scores.
Whoa. Not if, when they do.
When. Yes. Thank you. When Michigan goes into Columbus and absolutely just eviscerates, embarrasses, demolishes Ohio State, you might have a case because they lost so bad at home. And they really didn't have many other close games. Northwestern, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, but you can put that on the weather. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. It'd be tough, but I would love it.
All I ask is we get one other. I'm sorry, Dylan. I just don't want a 2 Big Ten, 2 SEC playoff. I want, I'm saying, like, I feel like we're gonna have 2 from one of the big 2 powers. We need at least one representative, either Big 12, ACC, or Pac-12. As much as it kills me to say the Pac-12 in there, but we just need some other variants in there. I can't see 2 for 2. That's gonna be the worst.
I wouldn't hate USC being in. They're fun to watch.
I wouldn't either. I think they would have a shot.
But they would get annihilated by Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, here with the 2 Big Ten, 2 SEC team deal here, it almost doesn't pain me as much because it's not Alabama. So whether we get an LSU in the 4 spot, or let's say we end up having Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and either Tennessee or LSU, at least it's not Alabama again. At least we're getting someone new in there. I guess LSU's not really new, but
I kind of want to see what Tennessee can do in a 4-team playoff. I really do.
I want to see TCU in it really bad. TCU is still there though. Like, we keep counting out TCU. They're still there. I think they lose eventually, but I one last thing to touch on the college football playoff, and then we'll roll into a little bit more of the recaps. Dylan, there's a real scenario. There is either a semifinal or championship that is Michigan versus either Ohio State or Tennessee.
Yeah. And now I was actually about to say that if Michigan played, here's the problem, boys. That semifinal game, that's wedding night. That's New Year's Eve.
You're toast.
So if Michigan ends up playing Ohio State on New Year's Eve, we're in for an interesting situation. We've already discussed that.
If Ohio State wins,
oh man,
cancel the hotel room.
But
yeah,
no, we're not doing that.
Get some Viagra. It ain't getting up after Michigan getting beat by Ohio State.
I will say, if everything aligns perfectly that night, I'm obviously getting married. That's already going to happen 100%. But then we have sports betting going legal in Ohio. That's 100%. If Michigan could beat Ohio State in a college football semifinal playoff game, that would be like the trifecta. Obviously, with the very first part being the most important, but then the other things happen at the end. That'd be a great night. But I'm serious. If Michigan Ohio State played in a playoff game, things here would be absolutely crazy. I would get very mad at everybody close to me that's an Ohio State fan.
But and that would be like Duke Carolina in the Final Four, and the bad guys are going to win.
I don't know if you can say the bad guys. I think the villains got defeated. Coach K got sent off to his grave.
Don't even get me started on the whole Coach K thing. But I do want to, on the record, if Michigan played Tennessee, I would root for Michigan.
There we go.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Other thing this weekend, TCU just keeps proving us wrong. They were a 7-point dog, win outright. Quinn Ewers looked horrendous, bro. He was so bad. They just keep winning. I keep being wrong on TCU. Eventually, TCU's got to lose, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Texas first half finally let us down this week.
I was going to say, Quinn Ewers felt the pressure of the Texas first half bet. He's like, how many times is it in a row? He's like, damn, okay, I'll drop this one. So that pressure's off my shoulders. I can't handle that. So look, he texted me. He apologized. We may have to dabble in the dark arts once more. We'll see.
But, TCU keeps winning. Last thing from this weekend, went to NC State senior day. Depressing. They were 18.5-point favorite, lose outright to Boston College on a last-second play. It was a bull crap pass interference call. NC State, I haven't been to App State, so I can't say. NC State is by far and away, haven't been to App State, so App State fans don't get mad, is by far and away the best place to watch a college football game in North Carolina. No doubt. It does.
I've been to a couple games there. It's pretty nice.
Carolina, obviously Duke, obviously Wake, ECU, none of those schools even compare.
The Pirates? You're clowning the Pirates?
Clowning the Pirates. I went to ECU BYU. That was garbage. Bro, but NC State, great crowd, great stadium. I loved it there. It was great.
I gotta say, I was at the NC State Wake game a few years ago whenever Wake won on that last second touchdown. Oh, I was in the NC State student section going crazy. Me and Cam Lischke with the choke. Oh man, it was beautiful.
I was pulling for NC State. I wanted NC State to win. I was hoping they'd win by 35. We got to see Alec come in, but we don't get what we want, I guess.
You got the signature on the pizza box. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Shout out Scotty McCreery and Alec. All right, let's move on. We're only going to recap 3 games this week. 3 games. Let's start off with these freaking Horned Frogs. TCU is -2.5 at Baylor. Baylor destroyed us last week. We were like Baylor, Mississippi State. Those destroyed us. And the over-under is 58. I'm going to go Baylor.
Baylor. I think Baylor's the play. I don't have any stats on hand, but
Baylor sucks. Every stat you bring up, Baylor's going to be wrong on the stats. But why is this line 2.5? Why? TCU just keeps winning these games. And even Vegas doesn't believe in TCU. Clearly.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm scared of this game. I'm scared of being on the wrong side.
Scared money don't make money.
Baylor hurt me. I didn't have scared money tonight, Carter, and that didn't make me any money. So F the Warriors. But I was on the wrong side of TCU before. I was on the wrong side of Baylor last week. This one of the 3 we're recapping, I don't have a play on this, so I'm out.
Cool.
And for that reason, I'm out.
Connor's out. I thought he was going to go with me on this one. I'll bet TCU on this one, boys, so we can set the balance correct. Okay.
You're on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side.
I could be on the wrong side for sure, but I'm gonna buy into the hype that these guys are gonna have the run, right? Like they've been so close in years past. In a 4-man playoff, they would have made it in years past in the playoff era. But obviously back then it was just the 2 BCS teams. I'm gonna bet on him. I'm gonna bet on him to cover the 2.5. So that way we have something that we can, like I said, talk about during the game.
This is excuse me. This is the only matchup between two Christian schools in the Big 12, and just for that, I'm gonna have to take God's chosen bet, the under. That just you have to. You have to.
Looking at 58 right now.
Blasphemy on this podcast.
You denied me 3 times.
Will not take that slander.
If the under doesn't hit, Dylan's going to burst into flames next time he walks through this door.
I know.
It is struck by lightning. All right. Yeah, I don't have much to add here. Like, Baylor stinks, but why is this line 2.5? I'm just fading myself. I want to take TCU. I'm just going to fade myself. Take Baylor. I'm going to take it at +3. I don't like that 2.5. I want to take that hook. That hook saved me in Arkansas, so I want to kind of buy it up to +3. Oregon, Utah -1, over under 61.5. This game opened at, I think, Oregon -3.
Yeah.
Looks like Bo Nix might be out.
I wrote this one down before the show started. Literally, like right before the show started, 2 hours ago, maybe. Utah was still +2.5 when I wrote this down, and they're all the way down to -1 on some books now. That must mean Bo Nix is out. I got Utah at +1. I like them to win outright.
If Bo Nix is out, then I'm taking Utah -1. Bo Nix should be in the Heisman conversation too. Somewhat near.
He's had a great year.
He's had a great year, Greg. Don't give me that look.
I'm like,
I know you say it's Bo Nix, but if you look at his stats, bro, he has been good.
No, he's been great. I'm not saying he's not been great, but I'm saying Heisman, he ain't gonna win the Heisman, bro.
No. But he should be in like the top 10, top 7 conversation. I'm not saying he should be in New York.
That's fair. But this is the most recent tweet, at least I can see 2 hours ago. Dan Lanning just addressed Bo Nix status for this week on his weekly radio show. He's preparing himself as if he can go, but we also got some other guys ready to go if needed. Yeesh.
That doesn't sound good.
Is Nick's draft
Utah.
eligible?
I took Utah.
The backup on Oregon is garbage. He almost let BYU back into that game.
Bro, I am livid that the Utah team gets to skate against the backup quarterback, bro. This is ridiculous. Should be another loss for them in Outson. This is just this has a bad taste in my mouth. For that reason, I'm probably going to bet it. Just bet Oregon, just for fucking cheer for them. Even though it's the awful bet and not the right bet, but I'm probably going to do it just to spite them, bro. That pisses me off.
This may be the first time I've taken a Pac-12 team besides USC this year.
Bro.
Is Oregon in the running for a Pac-12 championship? How's that all looking right now?
Yeah,
Who cares?
I legitimately think
like they still have a chance to make the Pac-12 championship.
I think so. Hold on, let me check.
They're what, 8-2? I'm pretty sure.
I'm just thinking, like, if Bo Nix is obviously draft eligible, this might be like a.
They just lost to Washington, right? That was their most recent loss.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, looking at that, Georgia and Washington are your only 2 losses. Obviously, the only thing in conference is Washington. I think they're still in it for sure. They only have 1 loss. USC has 1 loss in conference. Utah lost to who in conference? UCLA. That's who it is. So they're all kind of like that 1 loss area.
They just keep cannibalizing themselves.
Yeah, it's like all of them have like a loss to each other. It's weird.
The only thing I could think of was like they put Bo Nix on the side because he's draft eligible. They don't have any chance to make the college football playoff, which I mean that's gone. But they might still try to win a conference championship. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I don't have a play. I hate the Pac-12. It's as simple as that. I hate it. So I'll stay away.
My question is, why is this total, like, let's say if Bo Nix does play, why is this total only 61.5?
Because it's Utah, bro, and
Utah's defense is terrible. Like,
they're gonna hold on to the ball and just
Utah's defense is terrible. Oregon's defense is almost worse than Utah's. Both teams put up a zillion points. I almost like the over, but I don't want to play it if I don't know the status of Bo Nix.
Yeah, bro, that's such a crapshoot game, bro. Like that literally
some
sucks.
spooky stuff's gonna happen. Yep,
I'm taking Utah. So
that's probably the right play, bro. That pisses me off, bro. Like they get away
so
with
mad.
No. I'm mad, bro, because like that 100% would have been lost. Healthy Bo Nix, bro, they lose by 10. I'm telling you.
I'm not saying you're wrong,
bastards, bro.
But let's move on to. I think this is a way bigger game this weekend. Shout out our guy Brian. This is the game of the year for him. USC -2.5 against UCLA, over under 76. I like UCLA in this one.
I think I'm going to take the over.
76?
Just for the hell of it, yeah.
I kind of like it.
I'm not going to lie. I think it might go over that.
I'm not going to take it just because I've just been getting demolished. I have to keep my plays down.
Does this not feel like a 45-41 type of game to you?
Oh, 100% it does. But 76, if the first drive doesn't go your way, it's over.
That is true. I'm only going to put a unit on it. I'm very small color in college football this week, but let's have a little fun.
I'm rolling with USC in this game, boys. There's no home field advantage in California because they don't go to those games, so that doesn't really sway me.
It'll be a USC crowd.
Yeah, bro. They remind me, yeah, exactly. More USC fans than UCLA fans. Like you said, this should be a good game. Should be a tight game, but I'm gonna roll with USC to cover the spread. I'm gonna roll with both the -2.5. So I got TCU and USC when you guys got the other side. I like it.
Oh,
I'm not going to play it, but I actually like USC here too. They have a lot more to play for still. UCLA, they just don't.
But has that ever really mattered? Like, we see these teams blow it in these spots. That means there's more pressure on USC. There's no pressure on UCLA. UCLA can go out with zero pressure on their shoulders and go out and want to destroy USC.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But the players for UCLA, if they have nothing to play for, if you're draft,
but you want to beat USC, you have the motivation because you want to beat your rival.
No. You're wrong now. You're wrong now. Because I've seen way too many times these players get injuries halfway through the game, and then you see them doing all this crazy stuff throughout the week. That's not how this works. I'm actually betting USC now.
Yeah,
I don't even have
USC, bro, when they're down 10 like early in the game, bro.
I don't even have UCLA as an official play, but I lean it, but I don't know. I honestly don't have a single play. I have one play that I have written down that I do like. But anything else on this game? I mean, we kind of run through the previews this week. You mentioned it before we started, Dylan. Not a lot of these games matter anymore. Like, a lot of these games are just, all right, get it done. Like, if you want to bet a spread, like, good luck. It's kind of like regular season NBA betting a lot of these spreads now in college football. You don't know who's playing. You don't know who cares about these games. You don't know anything what's going on.
Yep, and even, honestly, the more that I think about it, even next week, other than Michigan, Ohio State, not a whole lot of those games matter.
The appeal is kind of worn off college football. I don't know why. Like, just these like couple weeks before, the bowl games and stuff, it's kind of like,
It's because the World Cup's coming around, and you guys are become soccer fans.
Is this not evidence for an expanded playoff? Because then we'd be talking about, like, for sure, like, you'd have a Pac-12 representative probably. You'd have your ACC representative. Like,
exactly.
Fun, man. Tennessee would for sure be in.
It would make these games matter for more teams. So
Carolina would be in.
Carolina would be in. I would be hyped up. I'd be freaking out.
I'm saying, bro. I think it's more evidence that suggests like the expanded playoffs is gonna be pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
But all right, next week's gonna be a fun podcast. We got NC State, Carolina. We've got Ohio State, Michigan. I don't think I'm gonna sleep. I might get an Adderall prescription. Who knows?
But between us four, no one else. I don't sleep that Friday night. I don't. I can't do it anymore.
No.
Yeah, you're gonna be Black Friday shopping. It's okay.
Yeah, that too.
Of course.
No, but yeah, I mean, I don't think I slept much the night before Carolina Duke in the Final Four.
I slept like a baby.
You know why? Because I was grinding. I didn't get to fly on a chartered plane from Chapel Hill straight into Raleigh with all these rich hoity-toity Carolina wearing your sweater vests. Pulling up in your Range Rovers on a chartered flight right into New Orleans. No, I did the grit and grind approach. I flew from the tiny, tiny Idaho Falls airport into Dallas, met up with John in Dallas, and then hopped in a rental car, a Nissan Sentra, rather, not just like not an average rental car, even worse. It was the economy. We got an economy rental car, hopped in the rental car, went all the way down. We had to drive 8 hours all the way to New Orleans. And when we saw the Texas Ranger Stadium, kind of lame. It's just a giant warehouse with a ballpark in it. Anyhow, different story.
Thank God, though, all that was worth it because you ended off with a Final Four win against your arch rival Carolina, right, Carter?
Yep. And then drove all the way to New Orleans, slept with a bunch of screaming kids. Shout out Tyler. Nice. And then all for nothing. Whatever.
Taking the Amtrak cross country, baby. Recording podcasts in the quiet cab.
I know. I know I'm sad. Let's talk about picks.
For birthing mothers, bro, and you're just taking up their space.
The only one I have written down on here is Ole Miss, Arkansas over. Both teams' defenses stink, and KJ Jefferson should play. And 64 is a lot of points, but this game screens 38-35 final.
I kind of love that card. I'll play that one with you.
Oh, that's a little spicy.
Yeah, I like that play.
That's the only one I've written down. Someone talked me into another play, Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan, talk me into another play.
I have a couple I've written down here. I'll start with the ones you're probably least likely to take and then go to most likely. Minnesota, Iowa under 32.5.
Yeah, I think I'd rather eat glass than bet that.
Bro, how about the actual line, bro, that people are going to take? Our sweet Dylan's taking it, bro. How is this possible?
I kind of want to just take the over. Is it going to be a snow game?
Oh, I haven't looked at the weather. I don't know. I should probably check that out.
You're like, oh, that makes me like even more. I already like that anyways.
I might take all under 17.5. No, but like these two teams.
Is that the lowest total ever?
It has to be.
That was lower than Iowa Rutgers.
I think so. Yeah, 30. I've never seen 32.5.
32.5, Dylan.
I've seen a lot of team totals this week above that.
That's bro. 32.5 points is insane, bro.
Only 4 touchdowns. We can only have 4 touchdowns. Minnesota, like both the teams are very bad on offense. Minnesota can run the ball well. They have a great running back, but Iowa's only allowing 80 rush yards a game. Minnesota's not going to be able to do it like they have the rest of the year. Both pass for literally less than 180 yards per game. So not taking that one. What about Louisiana Lafayette plus 24 versus Florida State?
Oh, I kind of like that.
Nah.
They force over 2 turnovers a game. When you're getting 24 points, you force 2 turnovers. That's the game right there.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
I kind of like Louisville -4 against NC State.
Yeah.
Word on the street. NC State's quarterback might be out.
Again? What are they on their 5th string quarterback now?
No. The 3rd string, the freshman who was good.
Yeah.
Knee injury in the game. Might be out Saturday. Not out yet.
Backup.
Yeah, it's not out yet.
I like Louisville anyways. I also, real quick,
that line might move to like 6.5.
The under on that game is kind of spicy too. It's at 45.5. I don't think there's 30 points in that game.
I don't hate that at all.
NC State put up 20 on Boston College, so
yeah. NC State's defense is good.
Exactly. 45.5 is, man.
But I don't hate that.
Sorry, Dylan, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. You guys get on your ACC kick. I'm all about it. I need to learn about it. Like a dry
you
sponge.
might be better off.
You really don't. Yeah, you're fine.
Carter, my last one that I'll try to talk you into. This is my favorite one. Indiana plus 10.5 versus Michigan State. The Michigan State players that were caught in that kerfuffle, they're still not back. And Michigan State's defense actually less disciplined at home, commit more defensive penalty yards when they're at home rather than away. Indiana commits 10 less penalty yards per game on offense than Michigan State. So playing the penalty game there, both pass defenses are atrocious. No one's gaining any ground there. Yeah,
I honestly don't hate that.
Yeah, 10 and a hook. That kind of made me take it too. The fact that you could get a decent number.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. Michigan State is playing for a bowl game. I don't hate that. I'm also, dude, Dylan, we got to make this the over under bet this week. Okay. Iowa, Minnesota. I'm on the over. You kidding me?
Deal.
32.5.
Deal. Yep, 100%.
I think my grandma could score 33 points in a college football game.
Yeah, when it's 6-3 at halftime, that's gonna be rough.
Yeah, there's 2 defensive touchdowns in this game. I'm warning you right now, Dylan.
We're gonna be looking at 3-2 at halftime, and I'll be sitting there sitting pretty, and you'll be like, "Oh man, I wish I would have listened to Dylan." You'll be in the Twitter group chat. Why did I not listen to Dylan?
How do y'all watch games like that, man?
I will put out
that's real football.
I will put out a formal apology on Twitter. I will put out a formal apology on Twitter, a video, not just a tweet, a video of me apologizing that I should have taken the under. No, you have to do the same. And we're doing the over-unders bet for this. 32.5 is no points.
Dylan was getting his rocks off to that Max should snow under tonight. So
that was awesome. I had 3 units on that. Before I knew it was going to snow, I tuned into it, and all I saw was white on my screen. I was like, oh, yes, let's go.
You're saying that's a good thing?
Well, there was
Just
was
having
some,
white on your screen?
Well, there was some green.
Where were you on
grass.
January 6th, Dylan?
Straight up, bro. I don't trust like that.
But Dylan, I'm gonna take Indiana with you. I like that. I like +10 against Michigan State. But yeah, Grant, we'll go through your card.
I have literally the plays I talked about already. So I might be convinced though to actually hammer Texas against Kansas just for the hell of it. Bounce back game. I might convince myself into a first half play. I haven't done it yet, so I'm not going to talk about that out loud. But I'm taking TCU -2.5. I'm supporting those guys with my own bankroll to go to the college football playoff. So I got them. And then I'm also taking the -2.5 on USC against UCLA. And then I probably will sprinkle a little bit, like I mentioned, on Oregon, just because F of Utah, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I stand.
Okay. I'll go next. Mine's pretty short as well. I got Utah money line. Took that. USC, UCLA over 75.5 is what I got it at. For the NC State Louisville game, I'm taking the under 45.5. I would lean Louisville, but like it's just disgusting betting on one of those sides. So I'm taking the under. Illinois +9.5 first half. Dylan, I mentioned that to you. I'm actually going to take that for a unit. And the last one I wrote down that I wanted to hear y'all's opinion on: Georgia, Kentucky under 49.5.
I don't hate it. Will Levis stinks. I think it's absurd. Some people have him as the highest rated quarterback in the draft.
I think that's ridiculous. I think this game screams like 31-34 to like 10 or 13. I think that's money. I might take the under 49.5 for a unit. That's a lean right now, but probably end up taking that.
What about Kentucky team total? I don't know what that's at, but I feel like that would be Kentucky under team total.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's probably like 20 points, 20.
That's spicy. Let me just go. Let me see about that. Let me go see what's going on this week on the Kentucky
speaking of team total, because we won't talk about it again, but Dylan with the absolute dime of a call on Tennessee under team total, bro. That was straight money.
You know, they haven't scored more than 24 points a game.
Sorry?
They haven't scored more than 24 points a game this year. I didn't know that when I wrote it, like, honestly.
That's wild. But Dylan, that was an absolute dime that you
Kentucky team total 13.5.
Ooh, yeah, no, I don't like that.
I kind of like the over.
I was like, I'm almost betting the over on that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
No, let's all stay away. Let's be responsible. Let's stay away. Let's build a beautiful college football parlay to make us even. And Dylan, why do you keep raising your hand?
We have a hand up. Yeah.
I have a request. I need here, I'll lower my hand. I need a play for Michigan, Illinois, that's not related to Illinois doing anything good for the game. Do we have anything workshop there? I don't want to take Michigan spread because I don't know if they can blow out teams. But
let me get stats department on it. I think no. Grant, you know what time it is. First half.
I'm on Illinois first half. F that.
Oh no.
What's the total first half? Hold on.
Probably 9.5.
Let me see if they have player props up yet. Maybe
I'm on Illinois +9.5 first half.
I don't have the first half lines.
9.5. 9.5 over under is 21.5.
9.5 first half?
Yeah.
I'll probably play that.
Michigan -9.5. Oh, give me Illinois.
I'll take that.
Give me the Illini.
So we're saying
I kind of like the over, Dylan.
Both teams run the ball. It's supposed to be windy.
Oh,
Blake
Corum might just have a day. Blake Corum might have 3 touchdowns.
I may have to wait to get a Corum player prop.
Because how is this Illinois rush defense? Man, Illinois' defense is good. They don't give up anything. I'm looking through these games. I mean, the most points they've given up all year is, I think, Indiana. Purdue. They gave up 31 to Purdue. Quit putting these emojis on here.
You don't like them? Are you the one that's taking them down?
No, they automatically disappear.
They automatically disappear.
No,
Quit putting them on here.
Okay, all right.
We run a dictatorship around here.
This is like around the horn. These could be my reactions to what people have to say.
We need to have like a moderator to like dock points if we say something stupid or give a bad pick or something.
True.
Wake -10 against Syracuse. I want to tease Wake down to -4.
Wake's dead to me.
Let's build the parlay. I'll go first
Lord.
this time. I'll go first this week. I'm going Arkansas Ole Miss over 64.
Okay.
Indiana plus 10.5.
Okay.
Indiana plus 10.5. Okay. Grant, you got one? You want me to go?
Go ahead, Connor.
This is a disgusting one. NC State, Louisville under 45.5.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
It's
Grant-
gross. But
Grant, take us home with a favorite, and it better not be TCU.
First half.
Bro, why y'all hating on it, bro? Why y'all hating on it?
Give us a minus sign. We'll have everything if you give us a minus
You're
sign.
on UCLA, bro. I want to take USC then.
That's fine. I'm not on
USC,
UCLA.
I like that.
USC -2.5.
All right, there we go. That's the college football parlay this week. We need it bad. We will be
go.
positive units if it hits this week. If it does not hit this week, we're at 0.
We're running out of time. We're running out of time
Mhm.
on the college football
Yeah, right.
parlay. I gotta say, we gotta salvage something.
Third mortgage, taking a lien on the house. It's at that time.
After the Warriors game tonight, this college football parlay needs to hit.
Or yeah, you're moving to the PJs, dude. You're getting out of Hartford.
Yeah, I'm getting out of Hartford. I'm going straight to Bristol. Oh.
All right. That's the college football parlay this week. It is Ole Miss, Arkansas over 64, USC -2.5 against UCLA, NC State, Louisville under 45, and then Indiana +10 against Michigan State. There we go. I like this one. We have a little bit of everything.
I like it too. I feel good about this one. I felt better about some before, but they haven't hit, so maybe that's a sign.
All right, let's move
I
on
like
to
the
the
money
NFL.
emoji, bro. We should use that more often, Dylan. Good call.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's move on to the NFL. All right, let's do the NFL. Let's start off Thursday night. Tennessee Titans on the road at Lambeau. Green Bay -3, over under 41. Just gross all around. I kind of like the Packers here.
I think I do too. I'm not gonna lie. I think I do too.
Come on, guys. Why? Give me a reason.
Rodgers looked pretty good last week. They're they might be hitting their stride. The playoffs is definitely not out of the picture for them.
Okay, Rodgers has looked good 1 week out of 10. Not bad. Next.
Christian
2 weeks
Watson
in a
looked
row.
good last week. I mean,
Christian Watson looked good.
You say 2 weeks in a row. Didn't he just throw 4 picks?
I said no. I said it will be 2 weeks. In a row.
Okay. I stand
Going
corrected.
to Lambeau in a short week. Green Bay at home. Cowboys
gotta
is a
do is-
tough game.
All they gotta do is pack the box against Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that have said that. All you gotta do is. Then why hasn't anybody done it yet?
All right, then just, they have. That's why Tennessee is 3 losses. Well, Tennessee
Well, that's because
should
we
be
can't throw the
9-0.
ball.
That's
That's
what
'cause Malik-
that's our point.
That's because Malik Willis is yeah.
That's our literal point. Is we pack the box and you're like, oh well, we can't throw the ball. It's like, yeah,
Who are 3 losses? The 2 best teams in the AFC, and then one of the best teams in the NFC.
I don't remember what was the NFC one.
Giants.
Nah.
Well, just saying, close to the top of the NFC East. What, 7-3?
Get out of here. Green Bay -3. Book it. Lock it in.
Okay. Now you guys are making me mad. If you look at any of the numbers, and I'm not Homer in here. There's no way
Numbers.
I don't even know. The Titans.
We rattled them. We're living rent free.
Aaron Rodgers is a shell of himself, and you guys know that. The Packers, first of all, the Packers offense and defense are 2 of the most penalized units in all of professional football. I think they're both top 10.
Cameron Crazy's Carter.
Yep.
That Packers defense is solid, bro. But I'm not gonna bet this. This is a stay away from me, boys.
Lame.
I have to take the Packers now. Just because we had this little talk, I'm taking the Packers.
I wasn't even going to take the Packers, but I have to take the Packers now. I actually do like the -3 at home, dude.
You know what else I might do?
Lambeau's
You know what else I might do? I might take Derrick Henry under rushing yards. What about that?
Oh yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah. Well, you also
Say it.
just bet on the Warriors
Say it.
when
Say
they're
it.
0-7
Say it.
away. So
Say
it looks like you like losing money, Connor.
I'll own
Wow.
that one. I'll own
Is
that
Malik Willis playing then? He's quarterback.
No, Tannehill's
one.
back.
No, it's Tannehill.
Okay. Then I like the Titans more, bro.
This is a Titans under parlay. It's a side total parlay. Titans in the under. Both teams are going to run the ball. It's as simple as that.
Gross game. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's move on. The snow game. We have the snow game. We 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 feet of snow coming in Buffalo. Cleveland on the road in Buffalo. Buffalo -8 in a snow game, over under 41.5. So I've seen confusing reports. Some are saying there's going to be snow during the game. Some are going to say there's snow in between games. It has to be happening during the game for it to count. Otherwise, you can shovel that crap out and it's a real game. I already have the under. I took it at 44. If this total falls down like below the 40s, I'm going to hammer that over maybe a little bit more. Like once we get the forecast, like this game should be 50 plus points in good weather.
I don't think it'll drop that low. I don't think it'll drop below 40.
That would be crazy.
I don't think so.
If it was at 44 before.
I agree, though. If it got below 40, I'd try to middle it, but I really don't think it'll get that low.
Would it be worth middling it?
Cleveland +8 though. Like
I love Cleveland +8. They can run the ball,
bro.
I was gonna say Nick Chubb will feast, but the Bills don't really have that good of a run game. I mean, Singletary.
That's their biggest issue on defense is their run defense.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm just trying to like think of every way I can get screwed in this play, and I'm like, bro, +8 is so many points. Josh Allen has proven to be a turnover machine. Like he is the
Nick Chubb leader. Carries over.
He's the lead leader I should say, in picks this year, bro, in interceptions. Literally multi-picks 3 games in a row.
Weirdly enough, the Bills haven't been using Nyheim Hines at all since they traded for him. I think he might have kind of a game. I don't know if I might take his like receptions over or like an anytime touchdown. I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
Someone's
do they? We've seen some of these snow games and these weather games be like 10-9.
True.
What was the Patriots one last year where the guy was kicking field goals and he couldn't even get it? Like they were going backwards. It was Patriots.
The Bills.
I think it was Patriots Bills where
Monday night
3 times and they won. He had 3 throws and they won the game, bro.
That was insane.
The biggest play of all time, bro.
Right now, I lean Cleveland +8. I'm on the under at the moment. I might try and middle it, depending how I feel. But and then I like Nick Chubb props. Nick Chubb over carries. I kind of like that more than the yards. He's gonna have 30 plus carries.
I like that too.
Anybody else got to play on this one?
I'm on the under. I got it at 43.5. So
no,
Grant,
I'm taking Cleveland with the points.
Dylan,
I have over 47 from before this weather news even came out. So yeah,
that'll probably hit.
That'll probably hit. You're Dylan's the best picker on here.
The one time I get taken over. The one time I taken over, right?
It's that bad juju.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. This is awesome. What a game this is. Chicago on the road playing the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta -3, over under 49.5. Over?
I don't know about that.
I mean, the Bears can't stop anybody. The Bears keep putting up points. Atlanta can't stop anybody. Carolina put 25 on them.
This game's hard to read for me.
My only one concern with that, I literally have in my notes from earlier this week, lean Bears 3 and under don't take. But the Bears offense, it's just not sustainable the way that it's been. I mean, am I the only one that thinks that?
No, I agree. People are like talking about Justin Fields like he's actually arrived. He's had a few good games. That's good. Yes. But I don't know if he's going to like be putting up those numbers every single week. Not after the big sample size we had before this.
The Justin Fields sexuals are out alive and well, boys, and they need to be put in their place. And
people are already.
I'm hammering my hometown Falcons, boys. I'm hammering them, bro. Give me the -3.
I'm the biggest Falcons fan.
I don't even care, bro. Look, these Justin Fields sexuals need to come at me with their actual ticket stubs because I want to have actual money bet against your boy because I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think this brand of offense is like the most transcendent offense of all time, and people think like he has like nothing around him and he's doing everything. I'm like, bro, please. You're playing like the Lions, bro. You're talking about having the most transcendent offense of all time. Like, dude, give me a break.
I just don't get the people that are like, oh, he's hands down, without a doubt, already the top quarterback out of that draft class. You don't know yet. He's in a couple good games. You have no idea.
There's a
Barstool
boy in
with-
New York who's looking to take over the world.
Barstool within an hour of itself tweeted out Justin Fields is him, and then an hour they're like, oh no, Justin Fields, he's got that awful pick six. I'm like, bro, Barstool, y'all are clowns, dude. Like the Big Cat's a huge Bears fans. Like they just hammer that Bears, like, you know, they just hammer it, bro, on there. Like they're just like so biased towards like this, like anything Justin Fields does, it's like the greatest thing they've ever seen. I'm like, bro,
Are you not getting that Zach Wilson sweater from Barstool?
I'm probably gonna. Is that from what it's from? Is it from Barstool?
Yeah.
I'm for sure gonna give them money then because that's just what he did. But
I just-
all I'm gonna say is when you're tweeting out he is him, and then an hour later you're like, oh no, pick six, awful picks. Like I mean, they didn't say it that way,
That's
but
just social media. That's House of Highlights. That's what they all do.
Let me
Can't
just
complain about it.
let me
But
just
I
say-
kinda like the Falcons.
hot take on Justin Fields real quick. I don't even know if I see him as like the quarterback of the Bears in the next 5 years. Like I don't think he's that franchise guy. Sorry, but like I just don't know if I see it.
What
he's
if-
got so much track from these couple weeks, bro?
All right. I have a theory. Hear me out on this one. It just popped into my head. Remember how we saw like Ty Montgomery go from wide receiver to running back, Cordell Patterson, wide receiver to running back? What if we saw Justin Fields go from quarterback to running back?
I feel like we were having the same conversations about Lamar a couple years ago.
Yeah,
But Lamar can throw the ball. We've seen Justin Fields has had very, very questionable throws. Lamar could show early on he could throw the ball. Like, yeah, they're like when it comes to playoff time, yeah, we have questions when it really gets down to it. But Justin Fields in a normal game has questions. Very big question marks.
I just want.
I don't think it'll ever happen, but
I want to see him play this amazing style of offense against an actual. And obviously, it's not going to come this week. But I like to see it against some like solid defenses before I really crown him the quote unquote leader of that class. Right? Again, he could be. I don't know. But I don't think so.
I was gonna say, let me see it for half a year at least,
bro. Like a 2-game sample size against some of the worst defenses in the league, bro. I'm like, I'm not buying it. Like, I'm not buying that.
But Grant, chill, dude. He is him.
But from how bad he was, there was only up to go. He can only get better. He can only get better. So of course he's improving, which is what's
expected. It's also like
expected.
he was playing bad against better defenses. Like it's almost like interesting.
Kind of flared me up a little bit.
I will say we are finally seeing a little bit. The last 2 games, we're seeing a little bit of the Georgia Justin Fields come out. Now, if we can maybe get the Bears to make some trades for like a healthy Cooper Kupp, Jerry Rice in his prime, then we'd be getting the Ohio State Justin Fields back because that's what he's used to working with over there.
100%.
You mean Darnell Mooney's not the number 1 option at Ohio State?
Chill, dude. He's good. All right. I don't really have anything. I kind of lean Falcons in the over, but I'm gonna stay away. Tyler Algier touchdown is no longer in the cards.
No, Cordell Patterson ruined that fun.
Yeah, Caleb Huntley, it's done. It's done.
Yeah,
it was fun while it lasted. Philly at the Indianapolis Colts. Jeff Saturday winning ball games. Eagles -7 in Indy. Over under 44. I kind of like the Eagles on a tease here.
I love the Eagles, and I know I screwed the parlay up that 1 week with the Eagles first quarter. Eagles first half -3.5. I think that's a hammer play.
Oh, Grant's got to change his pants.
I know. I'm like, I kind of love that.
Eagles first half, because I learned. This is what you do as a gambler. You know, I'm a mediocre one at best. First quarter screwed me because there was like one little mistake. Steelers drove the ball down. Eagles, took a lot of time off the clock. First quarter's too short of time. First half hit with flying colors that game. Love the first half.
They're like 7-0-2 against the spread in the first half, right?
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Keep going back to the well. I love Eagles first half -3.5 this week. That's probably what I'm putting in the parlay, if we're being honest.
Dude, I love it. Connor, I'll ride that with you.
Colts. I kind of like the Jeff Saturday Colts. Maybe it was because it was this bad Raiders team who can't even fire their coach because they're so cash poor. We'll get into that a little bit later.
So Vegas, bro. That's so Vegas.
But Eagles coming off a loss. I actually like that first half play. 7's a lot of points. You could see a nasty back door. Like Eagles up 13, and then Colts go down and get a garbage Michael Pittman touchdown to cover the spread. I like that first half. I'm going to add that to the card.
Give me the first half because they're coming off a loss. Yeah, now they're going to be hot. Go ahead, Dylan.
Let's go.
I actually, if you can get the Colts at 7, I would take it. I wrote it down. I saw 6.5s everywhere, but if it's got to 7, I would.
I'm seeing 7.
Yeah, I would take that. The Eagles, their defense is amazing. One of the better ones in all of football, but their rush defense is where they really lack. And I'm looking right now. Their rushing defense, expected points added, is negative 34. They're third worst in the league. They're allowing just about 5 yards a rush. I think it's going to be a Jonathan Taylor game. It's going to have to be the game plan they go with. So
yeah,
Colts +7 maybe. Jonathan Taylor props once they become available. I would go all over those two.
Nice. He's kind of coming back too in Jeff Saturday's offense. Matt Ryan back too.
Matt Ryan,
yep. Biggest game of the week. The New York Jets on the road at the New England Patriots. Patriots -3.5, over under 38.5. That's so low.
Let's go,
dude. Grant, take it away.
All right,
Jets minute, baby.
I just want a little time, just a little bit of time. I'll take that minute. You know what I'm saying, from the podcast. But all right, guys, we are playing for first, or maybe potentially even last. So if the Bills take care of business as Cleveland Browns, which we all think they will, if they lose this game, they go from second to last. And if they win this game, they're the undisputed first. So first in the AFC East is what's at stake. So these games are huge. Every game now down the stretch, especially these in-division games, are massive. Now the deal is this, guys. Can the Jets overcome a 13-game losing streak to the Patriots? That is what we're looking at right now. 13 games in a row with Bill Belichick.
Belichick might have Zach Wilson's number.
100%. He's thrown 7 of his, I think, career 16 picks in 3 games against Bill Belichick and the Patriots. 7 of 16, the vast majority, right? So
don't love that.
Awful in these games, right? And in saying all those things and how I never bet against Bill Belichick, guess what? I have both the first half money line for the Jets and I have the full game +3. Give me both. I'm going to hammer the Jets. They're going to go to Foxborough. They're going to take care of business. Guys, this is for first place in the AFC East. Zach Wilson is going to stay his damn ass in the pocket. He's not going to leave, and he's going to be throwing darts left to right. Garrett Wilson's going to be wide open. Elijah Moore's going to be playing more time in the slot. You love to see it. They're going to take care of business. They're the much more talented team. It's just whether or not they take care of business and don't shoot themselves in the foot. Special teams was atrocious since the last game they played at home. Like, everything in me says that they cover. Obviously, the only thing is the bias of the history, right? That's what we're looking at. But I'm hammering on everything. First half play, full game. I got money all over the place. So all you Patriots fans saying it's going to be 14 in a row, let me see those receipts because I ain't seen anything. I actually have money on this game. I'm betting on my Jets. Let's see it. Let's get it.
I'm ready to run through a brick wall.
Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams coming off a bye.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think that matters.
I don't hate the Jets this week. Honestly, don't.
Man. Zach Wilson has been so bad against the New England Patriots, dude.
Bro, I know. I'm not denying it. I'm not blind to the truth. 7 picks in 3 games is awful. But dude, if you can do it against the Bills, you can do it against the Patriots, although their defense is playing at a very high level.
The reason I like the Jets in this one, obviously I'm a Zach Wilson guy, but not because of Zach Wilson. Whoever is playing quarterback for the Patriots is going to get swarmed by this Jets D.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key here.
Mac Jones is statistically the worst quarterback this year right now. He's awful.
Hey. Our guy Baker's doing his work.
Well, I'm just saying, bro. He is the highest turnover-worthy player percentage.
Baker is him.
So that
clubhouse is looking a little better, though. Ain't that right, Carter? That clubhouse is looking a little better than last time.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's doing great. We love Baker, I guess.
Who's riding Jets with me? I just need to know. I need to know, boys.
No.
Yeah.
Do you remember in English class when we did the analogies, blank is to blank and all that stuff? It's like the Belichick is to the Jets as Michigan is to Ohio State, as the Titans is to the Colts.
Dylan,
huh?
Come on. That's
Hubert Davis is to Coach K.
Well, it's been about 2,000 days since Ohio State's beat Michigan in football. It's been since 2019.
Okay, but 20 seasons.
I know.
Let's talk about the last 20 years.
Well, this isn't the History Channel. This is Carter Cast. Come on, we're talking about the present.
The last 13 games against the Patriots then. Okay, I like it.
No, right. In all seriousness, I actually do lean the Jets. I wouldn't take it at 3. I think earlier in the week it was 5. I probably would have been more interested in that. I actually do like this under. We've talked about the defenses already. Belichick always puts out a good defense. And the Jets, one of the top defenses in the league by far. Both teams allowing scores on just about 30% of their opponents' drives. So I'm gonna take under 38.5 in an ugly one here.
So in y'all's humble opinion, if I play the Jets defense in fantasy this week, that's a good play.
Yes,
Yes.
I picked him up.
my
I picked him
God,
up
for
off
sure.
the waivers.
I'm going to for sure also side bet, boys. Almost a guarantee is to both play Zach Wilson to throw a pick and Mac Jones to throw a pick.
Oh,
You can play both of
Ooh.
those.
Like it.
That's like almost as free as money gets.
it's got to be like plus 150, plus 200, right?
That's money. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be money. So whatever, if you can bet either or, like bet that, hammer that.
Both defenses are top 10 in the league in forced turnover percentage, 13 and 15%.
Zach will throw a pick. He'll throw one. I'll give him one. He can't throw one.
Or-
He can do. He can throw one.
What if he just throws for like 350 plus 0 picks, 4
Wow.
touchdowns?
For 350 and 2 touchdowns against him the first time.
It doesn't matter. Justin Fields is still better.
Like he just threw those damn picks, bro. If you can just get that out, I'm telling you, he can throw on this team. It's just Bill Belichick, like, I don't know what he does to these kids, bro. He's
seeing ghosts.
straight up, man. It's crazy.
Let's move on. The Detroit Lions on the road against the New York Giants. Giants -3, over under 45. I have this game's weird. So I usually like Detroit overs, but you look at their games this year, they've put up some stinkers. Like week 1, a zillion points against the Seahawks, then nothing against the Pats, nothing against the Cowboys. Whenever they play a good defense, they are garbage. They are terrible. Giants have a pretty good defense. I kind of like the under here.
How is Goff against the blitz? How's he under pressure? He's normally pretty good
I think he's good, actually.
because they blitz a lot. That's how the Giants get pressure. They're like one of the higher blitz teams in the league.
But like, so do the Cowboys, and the Lions put up 6.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. This is a stay away game for me. I really don't know.
This line is fishy, bro. I don't trust like that.
But
The Giants have to lose a few more games this year. There's no way.
actually, I said I was on the under. It's just a stay away. We're just gonna stay away.
I'm staying away.
I'm on the over. I don't remember the stats as to why I did that, but there had to be a reason. I can't find it right now, though.
There.
Oh, no, they do both rush the ball well. They're both averaging over 5 rush yards per attempt. They're first and third in the league, so that might have been it.
All right. Well, there's that for you. Rams at the Saints. Saints -3.5, over under 39. Blah. This is like 2 bottom of the pack ACC teams going at it. This is Georgia Tech versus Virginia Tech.
The Rams hurt me last week. They hurt me.
The Rams are genuinely playing for absolutely nothing because they don't have their pick. They will not make the playoffs. Their Cooper Kupp is out, so they're toast. Absolute stay away. And maybe lean Saints, but even then, like Saints can't even beat the Steelers. They can't even sniff the Steelers.
No, I hate this game. I hate this game. Rams hurt me. If I was still in Connecticut when I bet this game, I would have bought out of it. I would have hedged. Wasn't in Connecticut, so I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's take John Walford against Colt McCoy. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Bro, they're the definition of a Super Bowl hangover, bro. Like, if you just want to know what that looks like, it's literally the LA Rams this year. Like, it's awful, bro. It's so bad. Everything about it, dude. Oh.
So I don't want to get too caught into the weeds here, but you got to think they traded everything for that Super Bowl ring. How much time does that buy McVay in Los Angeles, that Super Bowl? Because they don't have anything.
I think you get at least 3 years from that.
A few years.
years.
Are you talking about like McVay getting fired or retiring? He's not getting fired.
You don't think so?
They would have to go like below 500 for like 5 years in a row before he gets booed. I really think
5. That's a lot. NFL's a little quicker than that. I think they won't below 500 next year. There's real discussions, or he just quits and goes makes $1 zillion on TV.
I can see him leaving. Yep.
Yeah.
Dylan, do you have anything on this one?
No. Rams burned me too many times.
Yep. Real quick, last thing on this one. The Rams, you kind of mentioned it, how they just gave up everything for this one ring. It's kind of like the Lakers, weirdly enough. Lakers gave up so much for that one ring, and now they're just in a dumpster fire. If the Rams don't turn this around, I think the Rams are in a little bit of a better spot than the Lakers are. They don't turn this around, though. The next 8 years for Los Angeles football is going to be atrocious.
Here's the thing, though. It's worth it. I think I'm willing to give up 5 years of being bad for one championship.
I would give up the whole lifetime of the Hornets for one championship. I would do anything for a championship. We've been bad for 40 years.
Right. No, I think it's worth it. I think they did the right thing.
What? Like, how can you complain? Like, everyone's like, no, I wouldn't give it up for 10 years of being bad. Yes. If it gives you a guaranteed ring, you can do. Who cares about being bad? A Jacksonville Jaguars fan, a Carolina Panthers fan like ourselves would do anything for a ring. Anything. Who gives a crap about 15 years of being bad? You're already going to suck for 15 years.
Already
Why not
suffering.
Get the ring?
Already suffering. Yep.
Whatever.
I'm so glad I'm not a Carolina fan. Carolina sports fan.
Carolina anything. Yeah.
Whoa. All right. What championships are you winning?
98 not Super Bowl, World Series when I was born. Year I was born, Reds.
World Series, Reds. What?
Yeah.
North Carolina can't even. We don't have an MLB team.
Hey, y'all are Braves fans with me. Y'all can claim the ring.
I do.
Hey, no, dude. 1980 was great for my Mets, dude. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Carter, you're Mets, bro. You gotta, come on, bro.
I liked them when they were bad, dude. I watch every single game. I legit do not miss a single game out of the 162.
So, okay, let me ask you this, Carter. If you're saying you'd be cool with mortgaging basically everything for a championship, what if you had a 50-50 chance, right, that you're going to win a championship by which is basically what the Rams had. Like, they had multiple spots where it was very close. Like, if they didn't do it, they'd be awful right now without a championship, right? It's very possible that could have happened. So let's say you have a 50-50 shot. You're going to be awful for, like you said, the next 10, 20 years. Or you can start building, like, these fun young teams in the draft, like a lot of teams are doing right now, and hopefully have, like, again, it's not a guarantee, but if you can hit, like, you can have a really fun team for 5, 10 years.
The gambler in me says take the 50-50 shot.
For 1 year, bro, when you're going to be guaranteed awful, it's fun to build through the draft.
I mean, yeah, when you look at it that way, when you're like, hey, like the 50-50 shot, yeah, obviously I think I would go the other route. But when, like, you're like the hypothetical in the argument, when you say you're guaranteed a ring, but you're going to suck for 10 to 15 years, or you have just whatever it is right now, you have that shot. I would much rather just take the ring.
I get that.
I would do anything for a Hornets championship or a Panthers Super Bowl. I'll never see that in my lifetime. So who cares about, we're building a young team.
Yeah, you will.
We're going to be good. And then
there's a better chance of those teams getting relocated than us seeing a championship.
1,000%.
The Panthers can get Will Levis. I don't understand why you guys are so mad right now.
Let's get Will Levis. Let's just hire the BYU defensive coordinator. Let's get great here. My gosh. All right. Washington at Houston. Washington's -3, over under 40.5. I'm on the over.
I wrote down the over. 40.5 is not a lot of points.
That's my favorite play this week.
I love the over. I wrote it down before we got on the show.
Chase Young's back.
Meh.
Chase Young makes young.
Oh, yeah. Ohio State legend. He's amazing. I love it. Actually, yeah.
Well, can't stay healthy. So, I mean.
There you go. That's what I needed. And then, Dylan, you're slated for this game. I think we already know what the play is going to be. Every running back prop imaginable.
Yep. Take yards, carries, whatever you want to do. This Texans run defense, atrocious. So bad.
They're terrible.
Worst in the league.
Just keep
anytime. I'm going to take.
That's pretty dope.
I'm going to take Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson anytime touchdown too.
I think it's a good shot. They both hit.
Mm-hmm. If I get the go ahead from the big man, the big man editor, the pick might be a parlay of both of their overs.
Ooh, there we go.
That's not bad at all.
Grant, anything on this one?
I'm rolling with the over with you guys. I like it.
There we go. 40.5 is not a lot of points for. I don't. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Carolina at Baltimore. Baltimore -13, over under 41. This feels a lot like that Bengals game where we're like, oh, Carolina coming off a win, coming off a close game. Looks like they might be competitive. They might just poop the bed here and get destroyed by 28.
Weirdly enough,
first half.
I don't hate that at all. I also don't hate the over. I got it at a bad number. I got it at 43. It's down to 41.5 on what I see right now. I kind of like the over here. I'm not going to lie, guys.
I don't hate that. Also, it's going to be interesting. Baker Mayfield, not with Matt Rule. See how different that is. Obviously, I mean, he scored I think he got a couple garbage touchdowns in that Bengals game. Hasn't had a real shot under Steve Wilkes. I'm worried Baker might win us a couple games. We need to lose out. Panthers, if we go 3-14, this is great news.
Listen to this. This might be a play for me. Panthers team total 13.5. You don't think they scored 2 touchdowns?
I think they scored 13 points.
Oh, I think they scored 2 touchdowns.
Eddie Pinheiro with a miss.
Oh no.
They have to score twice. The Ravens defense is nothing to write home about.
It's free money. How does it not hit?
You're right.
Oh, I don't know. I can't lose any more money.
Not hit though.
Oh Christ, I can't do that.
Famous last words.
I'm not taking that. Never mind. I'm not taking that.
I do kind of like the over with you though. I mean, obviously, it's kind of. If you like the over, you should like the Panthers team total. I don't hate the Panthers team total. I just don't want to solely rely on the Panthers. I'm going to go over 41 because I think the Ravens could have put up 35 themselves in this one.
Yeah, don't hate that.
Dylan, Grant, anything on this one?
Ravens first half, maybe. I won't play it, but that's what I would play. I think they can come out hot, and then the Panthers pull something together towards the end.
I like the first half play. I might. And Ravens first half are like one of my favorite plays too. I have to see what it is. Probably what, -6.5.
Yeah. Right here it says -7.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like the Panthers on the +7.
I think this is going to get to -14 because -13 is getting hammered right now.
All right, let's move on. This is probably this might be the greatest game in the last 10 years, maybe 20 years. Las Vegas at Denver. Denver -2.5, over under 41.5. You are psychotic if you're playing something in this game.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I'm not touching it. I already said that before the show. I've been on the right side of Denver like one time when they played London. That was lucky. I'm not doing it again. F the Raiders. F Devontae Adams. Anytime touchdown, forget it.
The Raiders can't even fire their coach. They're so poor.
The only time the Raiders have been money for me this year is when Dylan had that Josh Jacobs play. Other than that, they've lost me money. I'm done with them. I'm done with that whole division.
Grant?
Oh, man.
Stop.
In Mile High, I'm almost being talked into taking Denver again, bro. Oh, save me, bro. Stop me from making this bet. I want to take Denver so bad.
After last week, though, God.
I know, dude. It doesn't make any sense, but the fact that they're home, their defense is so damn good. I'm not going to take anything, but I lean Denver -2.5.
Dylan?
Why don't you take Denver? Let's take Denver, Grant.
Call the hotline. Call the hotline.
Oh, if you
Their
take
defense,
it, I will take it. I promise you, if you take it, I'll take it. That's where I'm at.
I'll take it.
Here's my downfall for this game. It's one of the 4 p.m. games, so there's a good chance I might just throw something on it just because there's only 3 games on.
Grant, I don't want to. Your unit size is substantially larger than mine, so I don't want to. That's not what I want to do. But I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write down Snoopy right now.
I need to know that.
What'd you say?
You putting 1 unit on it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll put like a half unit or something. I don't know.
We have. I'm looking at it right here. Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos.
We're getting late here.
Expected points added on their defense. Most in the NFL, and it's not even remotely close.
I know they're so good. They're so good on defense. And Sutton is literally top quarterback right now.
You know you'll be so happy if you don't have money on this game.
Guys. You're going to bet against the Raiders after Derek Carr's emotional speech calling out the team?
Oh, goodness. I didn't hear about that.
Do you not? Oh, please watch that video after this podcast is over.
Send it to me. Can you send it in the group chat once?
Yes, I will. Oh, my God.
He basically confirms that they're going to get their asses kicked.
I think he called out half the locker room. He was like, some of the guys just aren't buying in or something like that.
Okay, I have a question. Would the worst podcast ever be Derek Carr and Russell Wilson hosting a podcast together?
Ooh,
those are like 2 of the most clashing personalities out of NFL quarterbacks. I don't know. It would be funny just because Russell Wilson would try his best to make it both watchable.
Both confirmed God guys.
True.
That would be a terrible watch. Nails on a chalkboard, cookout tray styrofoam rubbing together bad.
4/5 of that would just be like overcoming adversity and
I've legitimately talked myself into Denver, bro. I'm really depressed from that. That is
Grant. The Las Vegas Raiders defense allow third down conversions 50% of the time, 3rd worst in the league, and they allow a touchdown in the red zone 73% of the time.
Betting
You
on
can't do this. You can't talk
Russell
me into this.
Wilson, bro. Betting on him. Oh, they've been so bad.
Let's ride, baby.
I'm betting on their defense, bro. That's what I'm betting on.
Gross.
Ride.
Gross. Call the damn hotline. My gosh. This is actually one of the best games. This is the best game of the
I'm
weekend.
gonna put in the parlay, Carter, just to
Would you all be betting on this if it wasn't almost 2 a.m? Be honest.
And just take some bright minds linking together like Grant and I.
Look,
Hey,
I'm
just get it
telling you, bro,
going, the
this
gears.
defense, I'm telling you, is no joke. They legitimately could score enough points to cover the spread just with their defense alone.
Yeah.
You guys have been talking me into it. See?
Bro, this defense in Denver is actually, I'm telling you, it's
Heads or tails.
Put it in the parlay.
Y'all almost talking me into it.
What happened, Carter? Were the heads or tails?
Heads or tails? It's 2 out of 3. I mean, it was heads twice, so.
So what's that mean?
Are you thinking Denver with us? Broncos Nation.
Let's ride. Minus 2 there. Let's go.
Yes.
Doesn't get more degenerate than this. My goodness. All right, let's actually move on, though. Let's talk about the best game of the weekend. Dallas at Minnesota. Dallas is minus 1.5 on the road after losing at Lambeau, over under 47.5. My 2 questions about this line is, 1, it makes no sense. 2, is this line a favorite just because, like in college basketball, Duke lines are a little inflated towards Duke. In baseball, lines are a little inflated towards the Yankees just because they have so many fans that are going to bet on them, especially their futures. Is this line because of that? Or is Dallas actually a better team than Minnesota and they're going to come in and prove why?
That's a good question. And my answer to that is I'm on Minnesota because they helped me out last week. I took them against Buffalo. They helped me out. So
my response to it,
loyalty play.
I'm on the Cowboys.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins at 425 is like teetering on the edge. It's like, we're getting risky here. It's not 1 p.m. anymore.
Vegas is telling you who's winning this game.
They probably are. Give me the Vikings.
Carter, that's not a thing. That's just not a thing.
Shut your mouth. Tennessee was a 9-point dog, and we're on here. Oh, Tennessee's gonna beat Georgia. Vegas was telling you Tennessee was gonna get whooped.
Was Vegas telling you Wake Forest was gonna win?
What were they telling you about Tennessee, Alabama?
They were telling me.
Oh, they were wrong that time.
Well, hey, 50-50 shot. Who cares? Whatever.
You're right.
Dallas minus 1.5. Yeah, go. Hey, take the Vikings.
Vikings money line. I'm on it.
I'm on every Vikings future there is. I have a Vikings Super Bowl ticket. I have my biggest preseason bet was Vikings to win the NFC North. I have them over 9.5 wins. I have Kevin O'Connell, coach of the year. I'm all over the Vikings. I'm going Cowboys minus 1.5.
So I am on the Vikings. I did notice.
Yeah, do it. You're on the wrong side, buddy.
I am on the wrong side. I noticed one thing: the Cowboys blitz a lot, and the only defense.
Micah
Parsons is going to be giving Kirk Cousins hickeys all day.
You sure they don't want to drop him back into coverage? They love doing that for some reason.
It's about to be Micah Parsons MVP game.
Connor, I hate to jump ship. I'm not going to cash out of the ticket, but the other team they played that blitzes as much as Dallas is the Eagles, and we know how that ended. So that worries me a little bit. But the Vikings
at home is scary because that Eagles game was on the road on a Monday night. Kirk Cousins Monday night.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle the blitz. The Vikings are better in almost every offensive category, just a little behind in most defensive categories. We'll see about the blitz. That's what I'm worried about.
I also like Dallas coming off a loss against the Green Bay and Minnesota coming off maybe the luckiest win I think I've ever seen against Buffalo.
The Stars had to do a line for that. Also, Grant, shout out us for being on the Packers money line last week against Dallas.
Let's go.
100%.
Was great. That was great.
We knew what's up. And I'm going to go with Carter in this one, boys. I kind of like the Cowboys in this game. The reason why, if I told you the Minnesota Vikings were very similar to the Raiders, would you all believe me?
No, absolutely not.
So to answer that question, they're not. But they have been in the similar amount of close games though. Like so Raiders in very, very close games have been absolutely atrocious, and Vikings in very close games have been super, super clutch. So it's like, are they really, really this good? Are they really like what the record indicates? I don't know, man. At home, it does scare me, but like I said, I do kind of like this line's a little weird. It's a little freaky. Kirk Cousins, he for sure made tons of mistakes. Buffalo did not capitalize enough on him. I'm gonna roll with Dallas. I'm rolling with Carter on this one.
There comes a certain point where the Vikings, like, they're all 4-1, 5-1. Okay, like they're not for real. Like, let's keep underrating them. 8-1. There comes a point where it's got to be like, okay, they're pretty good.
I'm not saying they're not good, and I'm not saying they're not for real. All I'm saying is they've won so many damn close games.
Okay.
In fact, Kirk Cousins should have lost that game for him. He had multiple mistakes down the stretch. He did not get the ball at 4 different times on the goal line. It would just happen to be Josh Allen actually fumbling the football in the end zone.
Yeah.
And then the Vikings recover. Like, bro, that's insane. So like they should have lost the game. It's like I said, they're very good in close games. That's 100% on the team, but I don't know, man. Something in this, it's fishy. I'm going with the Cowboys. Carter, I'm with you, man.
Normally, I like to ruffle the feathers, but I actually think you're right because last year the Vikings ended up on the wrong side of so many of these. I mean, they lost so many close games, and now that it's kind of going their way. Yeah, Cowboys isn't a bad bet here. Normally I like to trash the other side, but I think I might be on the wrong one here.
So I think the Vikings are way better than this team I'm about to talk about. But is this kind of similar to that Steelers season where they're like 12-0?
Oh my gosh.
Because we all know they were a fake 12-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think this Vikings team is better because the Steelers had zero offense. It was all on their defense. It's the Vikings are just winning games.
I don't know. Cowboys
on that.
I don't know. I think Justin Jefferson has a big game against Trayvon Diggs. He's going to gamble on a few picks. I think Jefferson might have like a 60-yard touchdown. I don't know.
I think this is, Darius Slay, Kirk Cousins, Trayvon Diggs might just pad his stats a little bit and get a couple picks.
I don't know. Maybe.
I know you're getting a little nervous.
I'm for sure betting Kirk Cousins to throw a pick, by the way. That's 100% happening.
All right, let's move on. We talked too much about that one. Cincy at Pittsburgh, Cincy -4, over under 41. Cincinnati coming off a bye. I lean Cincinnati here, but I feel like it's going to be a very public pick.
Yeah,
I'm on Cincinnati already, and it probably is really public, but I don't know. Steelers come off that win against the Saints. I don't know. I feel like this line should be higher, even though Bengals are on the road.
That's what scares me. That's what scares me. That's why everyone thinks it's going to be on the public.
I got Cincinnati at 4.5.
Or the Bengals.
I just think they're the better team. I just honestly think they're the better team. And I'm rocking with that one.
Dylan, you got anything?
Yeah, I love the Bengals here. I am high on the Bengals. I think they've had some bad games, but their defense is not as bad as what people think, and their offense, even with Jamar Chase being gone, T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd have both stepped up in huge ways. Yep. Surprisingly, kind of, because Tyler Boyd kind of fell to the side once the resurgence of Jamar Chase came along. Bengals are both top 5 in red zone touchdown percentage and third down conversion percentage. The Steelers allowing 12.5 yards per completion. 12.5 yards per completion, worst in the league. So the Steelers team has nothing going for them really. And I think the Bengals, after the bye week, I think this is where they turn it up a little bit.
The total's only 40.5. That's pretty low as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm not going to take a side.
I got to double check. I think I'm actually on the over, but
I don't hate the over at all. 40.5 is not a lot.
Boys, this is the first half play hammer for me.
Ooh,
so the
I hate
public,
that.
so these games, it's interesting with me. I really like when these games are super public to still take the team that I obviously really want to take in the respect I have for them, which I think we all feel towards the Bengals. And again, against a team that should not be like you said, the Steelers have nothing to play for. Kenny Pickett has been average at best. So I'm going to hammer. So you get -3. It is still -3 at half, but you're going to get even odds. So it's super good odds. And I'm going to absolutely hammer that the first half, because again, I think there's going to be something weird where like something happens at the end of the game. And that's why that line's there for like the public. But the first half, I think, shields us from a little bit from that. So that's what I'm going to hammer on the first half on my game.
I feel like first half should be 2.5 on that one. 3.5 kind of scares me away.
It's just -3.
Oh, it's -3. I don't hate that.
At even odds too.
Anything else on this one?
No.
All right. Kansas City at the Los Angeles Chargers. It's going to be a home game for Kansas City. Kansas City minus 5.5, over under 50. I like the Chargers here.
I have nothing on this game as of now, but I do too.
Kicking myself in the butt for not getting 7 when it was available because I love the Chargers. Those divisional games, the combination of divisional game, Chargers are. What you said? Who'd you say was home?
Chargers.
The Chargers, but it's going to be a Chiefs home game.
Chargers are home. Divisional
Are
underdog.
Are they?
Why wouldn't they be?
They're the
Because
best
so
team in
many
LA.
Chiefs fans are going to be in LA.
I wouldn't be.
Are there
What?
Chargers fans?
Why?
Have you watched a Chargers game?
Yeah, they're in
There's not
San
a single
Diego.
Chargers fan. It's all the opposing team.
The Chargers are home.
It's going to be it's going to be a legit red stadium. You're going to turn it on Sunday night. NBC is going to do a little pan shot of the crowd, and you're going to see
Drone
just
shot.
a sea of red. Yeah, camera guy, talk to me. And then you're going to see Pat Mahomes jerseys everywhere, drunk Kansas City fans, Andy Reid lookalikes. It's going to be a Kansas City home game, but I still like the Chargers plus 5.5. That's too many points.
We know the Chiefs don't cover spreads. I mean, I like the Chargers here. I don't like it at 5.5. I wish I would have got it at 7. That kind of makes me mad.
What makes me really like this too is I don't like the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football ever because Vegas knows everybody is going to lose a bunch of bets in the morning and afternoon. And then come Sunday night, they're like, oh, the Chiefs, they're not losing. They're going to bet blindly whatever their spread is.
That's how I am with the Warriors. And you see how that worked out for me tonight. So, yeah, I don't hate that at all.
I feel like I heard something about them getting one of their wide receivers back. I don't know which one, if it was Williams or
Keenan Allen has been practicing this week.
okay, maybe that was it then. That'd be huge.
I wouldn't bank on him playing, though.
He ate Taco Bell and he's out. He like, mm-mm.
Dude, he was my God. I don't even want to talk about it. He's been horrible.
Grant, anything on this
Staying
one?
away, boys. I'm staying away from this game.
Connor?
I thought I liked Chargers, but I'm staying away.
This is the classic see how I do on Sunday and then choose something.
Choose
like
the
it.
Chiefs minus 5.5.
I can respect that.
Let's
All
be
right,
honest. Probably hammering an Eckler touchdown. Who knows?
Ooh, I don't hate that. San Fran at Arizona. San Fran minus 8 on Monday Night Football, over under 43.5. That's a big spread. I want to tease the Niners, but like, can I put Jimmy Garoppolo in a teaser?
This feels like a game they lose, weirdly enough. This is a weird one.
Oh, no, it's
I'm
not in
with ya.
Arizona. It's in Mexico City.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Mi gente.
What? They're playing another international game?
Vamos a
Ciudad de
Mexico.
Mexico, dude. Straight up.
Vamos a Mexico.
see.
Let's go.
Put him on sus pantalones.
Connor asking for consent on the podcast. Let's go. I don't really have a play in this one. I don't know if Cristiano McCaffrey can do anything in Mexico City.
I'm gonna have to dip into my Latin context, bro, to see if like Mexico has a favored team. I didn't think they
The
followed us.
Raiders played there.
Maybe that's what it is, just like the most recent team that's played there. They get some.
The only
fans.
thing I will say is the elevation in Mexico City is outrageous. It's like higher than Park City, Utah, and Denver.
Bro, they're probably Ravens fans because of Tucker. Anyone that kicks the ball the best, they're like, oh hell yeah, I'm for sure.
I was wondering where you're going with that. I was like, is
Yeah.
Justin Tucker from
I was
Mexico?
like,
They're
Justin
probably-
Tucker's not from
They're
Mexico.
probably huge Ravens fans. That makes sense. Too.
I might blindly take the over and then chase on anytime touchdown props. Like put 5. Oh, McCaffrey next touchdown. Oh, yeah, sure. I'll take James Conner next touchdown.
I might take over on the field goals because the elevation is crazy. These dudes are going to be hitting like 70-yard field goals.
Get
Like,
yourself a longest field goal prop.
No,
For
like
Marcus
I'm
Limo,
not.
bro.
I'm telling you, there's warm-ups. You're going to see a warm-up of like is it Matt Prater still? Robbie
Yeah.
Gold. They're going to be hitting 70, 75s in warm-ups.
My God.
What are you hitting the Mexico corner?
What do I hit in Mexico?
What are you hitting longest
goal?
go-
I'm
longest
hitting
field goal?
50. I'm hitting 50 in Mexico. I'm 100%. Mexico City, I would hit a 50-yard field goal. I can hit a 45 in North Carolina and in Idaho. I can hit 50 in Mexico.
Fair enough.
Dylan, are you on the under because it's a primetime game in Mexico?
No, I actually kind of like the Cardinals here as much as it pains me. Divisional game, more than a touchdown underdog. I got to wait on the Kyler news. I can't take 8 with Colt McCoy, but
True.
I would probably take the Cardinals if Kyler's playing.
Mexico City is 7,400 feet above. That's crazy. 7,400.
Let's go.
Odd.
Dude. Screams
Winston-Salem's like 200. Okay.
Right.
I don't know why I'm obsessed with that, apparently, but I don't have anything in this one. I know I will Monday night. Just make sure to check out cartercast.com and you'll see it. Rolling the picks real quick. I'll go first. Cowboys -1.5. That's honestly might turn into my favorite play of the week. Texans Commanders over 40.5. Love that. Denver -2.5. Jets +4. I got them at +4. And then Eagles first half -3.5. I love that. And I'll have more plays. Make sure to follow on Twitter at CarterB8. Anytime touchdown props. Obviously, I'm going to go with the Commanders running backs, of course. And then I like the Cowboys defense anytime touchdown. It's going to be like 6-1, 650. I like the Cowboys defense and special teams anytime touchdown.
Don't hate that at all.
Yeah. All right, Dylan, hit me.
Browns Bills over 47. Ugh. Lions Giants.
Yeah. I have the under in that one.
Giants Lions over 46. Jets Patriots under 38.5. Vikings money line. Bengals -5 over 41. And the Bengals Steelers. Forgot about this one. Chiefs Chargers over 50. And then Broncos -2.5. And
Chargers +5.5 on mine as well. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. And Colts +7. I think that's it.
It's a big card for me.
All right. Well,
Go.
I suppose I'll step up to bat. So right now, the ones I've officially played, under 44 in Cleveland, Buffalo. I've got the over 43, bad number, over 43 in Panthers, Ravens. Favorite play of the week, Philadelphia -3.5 in the first half. I'm probably going to put that in the parlay. I got the Vikings money line. Maybe on the wrong side. Y'all kind of scared me, but we're going to ride it. And then Bengals -4.5. And then I'm also on the Commanders Texans over 40.5. That is what I have right now.
Grant.
Nice. Yeah, I'm with you. Connor, you've convinced me in the first half of the Eagles. You know, I love first half plays, so I'm playing that for sure. Cleveland +8. I lean it right now, but I probably will end up playing that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there now. Again, Jets, everything. Jets first half money line. It's like +128 odds, I think is what I got it at. And then
Zach Wilson, 2 touchdowns.
The full game +3. I probably will also be playing prop plays against Zach Wilson, 1 pick, and also Mac Jones with throwing a pick. I'm probably not going to get great odds on those, but I'm going to play anyways. Just for the Justin Fields sexuals, I'm also going to play Falcons -3. Let's see, Denver -2.5. We have that as well. Cowboys -1.5. So many plays this week.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is the biggest card you've ever had.
And then the Bengals first half -3. This is scary, but yeah, I'm on a lot of plays this week. It'll be fun.
Is this the week we go back to the well with the Mormon money line parlay with the Taysom Hill, Zach Wilson?
Ooh,
Taysom Hill hasn't scored.
I don't hate that.
Taysom Hill has not scored in a few weeks. Let me just tell you.
I don't hate
is that.
that.
Score against Belichick though?
That's
bro?
the reason. That's when I don't know if Zach Wilson will.
I
get a
think he
chance.
might.
Belichick would rather die than let a rookie quarterback straight gritty on him in the end zone.
Are anytime touchdown props out?
I don't think so, but I want to look at it. I guarantee Zach Wilson's like +900.
Mormon money line, adding it. I'm adding it.
It hit for me 2 weeks in a row and won me a bunch of money. So
I'm hitting it.
It won us money.
I don't hate that.
I think we have to do it. I think we all
Taysom
have
Hill's
to do it.
due. Taysom Hill is due.
Everyone has to agree to do it right now.
I'm in.
Come on, Grant.
All right.
Yeah, the moral obligation. I mean,
y'all talking to me like about playing that. I'll play that play every week if you want.
All right. The Mormon money line. It's back this week. Mormon money line parlay is back. And then we should probably build the parlay. Connor, you already mentioned yours. Eagles first half -3.5. Still riding with it.
love that play. Eagles first half -3.5. Think they come out hot. Let's get it.
Nice.
Grant.
All right, y'all can choose between these two plays. So you either got Denver -2.5. The only reason I'm putting it there is because y'all hate it so much, or Bengals first half -3. You guys can choose which one.
Can I like? Oh,
Broncos.
I think I like the
Broncos.
Really? Okay. Broncos
minus 2.5. Oh
Dang,
my
bro.
gosh.
I
Call
did
the
not expect
hotline. Call the hotline. Dylan.
Bengals to cover the number.
Bengals?
Bengals to cover the number.
Oh, we got a public heavy play in our parlay.
I was
now.
about to say this.
It's dangerous.
Golly, this is just all I see is minus.
That's straight up. I almost took the Browns plus 8 as my pick. Sorry, boys.
Texans Commanders over 40.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. That's the parlay this week. It is Texans Commanders over 40.5. Denver -2 at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. Eagles first half -3.5 against the Colts. Let's see here. And then Bengals -4 against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't hate that.
Public.
I know.
Public.
A lot of minus signs. Doesn't matter. Sharpest NFL podcast out there.
That's true. That's 100% true. We are the sharpest NFL podcast out there. There's no disagreeing with that. All right. Anything else, guys?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Real quick. Screw the NBA and screw college basketball because I am ice cold. If you saw my article, I was 1-1 on player props. That doesn't even tell the whole story, though. I've been ice cold, so F that.
Even with college basketball, even with Duke losing last night, I love college basketball. I had a beautiful night tonight. 6-2.
That's good. Well, I thought you were only getting 3 plays. What happened?
No, I lied. The unders were looking very sexy to me tonight. There was a lot of unders for me tonight. Anyhow, the Captain Underpants here. That'll do it from us. CarterCast.com. Check out the blogs. Connor's writing again. Connor's back. We're back. Dylan's back. Grant, we're going to make you write a blog here soon.
y'all will get to me at some point this year. I guarantee it.
Like before Christmas, we have to get one. It doesn't even have to be sports. They're going to be like Santa Claus is overrated.
Look,
by Grant Farley.
If you want to read illiteracy, then yeah, they can go ahead and read my blog for sure.
You can write. You type it on an iPad.
What are you talking about?
Oh, we're chilling then. All right. Make sure to check that out. And then TikTok, Instagram, the whole thing. At CarterCast on everything. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. And thank you if you made it to the end here, thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate you guys. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.